Each week we bring you all of the latest film news.
From interviews with filmmakers and actors to the new cinema releases.
So, Riley, how was the first day of school?
Fine, I guess.
Did you guys pick up on that?
Sure did.
Something's wrong. Signal the husband.
Uh-oh, she's looking at us. What did she say?
Oh, sorry, sir. No one was listening.
Is it garbage night? We left the toilet seat up. What is it, woman? What?
I'm joy. This is sadness. That's anger.
What?
This is disgust. And that's fear. We're Riley's emotions.
Hello and welcome to this edition of Arts Alive Film, coming to you from the Odeon Liverpool 1. My name is Tony Lindsay.
And my name's Tony Lloyd.
Okay, let's crack on straight away. The summer holidays are here.
Well, you wouldn't think so. It's a little bit rainy out there.
Well, yeah, but we forget about that.
Yeah,
you know,
watch
this
it
is,
in the Palace
look
of
at the
Dreams.
films we've got coming up, as well as our roundup of what's out this week. We've got a preview to some of the films coming your way over summer.
So what are we looking at first?
Pixar, Disney, Inside Out.
Brilliant.
Instant classic, folks. Yeah. This is right up there with Up, Finding Nemo, Monsters Inc., Toy Story.
I think it will, yeah, I think it will get into... A few people have said it's a little bit above some of the kids that they've took, but I don't think so.
No, absolutely not. Pete Docter directs. Now, Pete Docter is a Pixar veteran. Started off in Toy Story.
Great Toy Story.
What can we say about this? 11-year-old Riley Anderson is moving home.
Uprooted from a quiet
Yeah.
Midwest town.
She's changing schools. She misses her hockey team. And of course, it's what's going on inside her head that matters here. This film has a real emotional core.
And here's where I remembered the anyone who read the Beezer.
You've said, yeah.
Yeah. There was a strip in it called from 1962 till 79 called The Numbskulls. Now it was a boy, and it was about people living in his head. You never found out the name of the person.
Right.
But this is kind of similar vibes. So
Yeah.
all their main emotions are now made physical.
We've got joy, sadness, disgust, anger,
Anger's
fear, and they're all voiced by, well, let's go with joy first, Amy Poehler. Sadness, Phyllis Smith. Anger, Lewis Black. Fear, Bill Hader, the great Bill Hader.
Yeah.
And of course, disgust, Mandy Kaling. You've also got Diane Lane and Cal McLachlan as the parents.
Yeah.
So some veterans
great
out
voice
there.
acting in there.
Yeah, but
it's the story itself.
It's fantastic.
It's sweet.
It's about growing up. It's about memories. It's about learning to accept sadness as a part of your life, and that it does actually mean something.
It means it can be a bridge to better things.
Absolutely.
You know, it can't all be joy as she finds out. But there's one beautiful sequence where she's going through lots of like hallways of memories, and who does she meet but Bing Bong?
Bing Bong, the childhood imaginary friend,
who's been obviously forgotten by Riley. But he's so hysterical because he's made up all out of her imagination, and he has some of the sweetest scenes.
Yeah. It's a journey into the subconscious. It's a journey back into memories, into lost memories. It's a fantastic emotional roller coaster ride. It's superbly written.
Yeah, but what was the movie you said it reminded you of? The Phantom Tollbooth?
The Phantom Tollbooth, Chuck Jones, early 70s.
A little boy takes his car and learns lots of life lessons.
There's a Dr. Seussness about it as well. Yeah. But the animation is superb. The colour palette is gorgeous.
And what is a little bit alarming for the filmmakers is we were saying, you know, there's not many live action movies hitting these type of targets.
Absolutely,
of emotion, excitement, or whatever.
This gives it you all.
You know, I'm a massive fan of Pixar, though.
No, me too. They were actually toying with using depression as one of the characters, but when they did the scientific research, they basically couldn't create or pinpoint the character. But what you've got, folks, is perfect.
But listen, the kids will love it. When we were in there, it was full of kids, silent, very little movement. they all seem to enjoy it.
Yeah, get down here,
And
mum and
I
dad
could hear
now.
people saying, "What does that mean? What does this?" But in only in a genuine, interested way. Come down and see it. You'll like it.
It's Broadway.
Congratulations, San Francisco. You've ruined pizza. Who's the birthday girl? Brain freeze!
Hang on. Riley, here we come.
Les bidous? Hein?
Banana.
Stuart? Macareno?
Minions. Have you ever wondered where they came from? They've been on this planet far longer than we have. They're all different, but they all share the same goal. To find the biggest, baddest villain to serve.
Great stuff.
So next up is
Minions. Minions, hey! Fantastic. Okay, this is the sequel to
give 'em a bit of-
Despicable
yeah.
1 and 2.
Yeah. So they started out as
Yeah, of course, prequel, sorry, I should say.
yeah, they started out as secondary characters really.
Indeed,
didn't
they
Which
did, yeah.
Grew and grew in popularity. I mean, they
Grew
are
and
fun.
grew, very good.
Yeah,
nice,
yeah,
nice,
thank you.
nice pun. Yeah, and here they get centre stage. You've got some great voice talents on display here. You've got Sandra Bullock as the villainess Scarlet Overkill. You've got John Hamm in there from Mad Men. You've got Michael Keaton and Steve Coogan. So the repertoire of voices here is.
I mean, it's a high class. What do we think of the film itself? I wasn't so sure.
Not
I mean, the
sure.
kids are going to love the characters. They're warm. They're funny. You actually care
Zany.
for them. They're zany.
But the story here is more abstract. It doesn't have the strong through line as Despicable Me 2.
And of course, you're missing the main boy.
Of
himself.
course. Or are you?
Or are you? Yeah.
Steve Carell as Gru does not feature in this very much, shall we say. But this is what happened. This is the early days of the Minions, how the Minions evolve. We see them
Searching for a
master.
for an evil boss.
Yeah.
To save,
which is
their
great.
Purpose, of course.
Because they come across a T-Rex, Dracula.
Yeah. But they have a strange way of messing up the relationship.
Yeah,
shall
of
we
course.
say.
It's the slapstick quota is filled to the max.
But it's a strange. Normally you accept it, but it just seemed an odd choice to set it in the 60s England.
1968 England, yeah, and of course you get a very strong American feel on what England was or is. So it's full of people drinking tea with bad teeth.
Being too polite for their own good.
Being too polite for their own good,
You've got
yeah.
all the iconography of a swing in London.
Yeah.
There's some nice in-jokes there. Nice one of Abbey Road cover.
Lovely one of Stanley Kubrick, which we won't go into, but it's a lovely throwaway joke. But this was actually pushed back from last Christmas. This was due to go out last Christmas, but because Despicable Me 2 did so well, they thought they'd hold it back for a summer.
I think they were right to.
Yeah, and they could make, apparently they're doing well on the merchandising as well.
I mean, I think the characters are great. There's so much mileage in them. I think just this delivery of this
Pierre
story.
Coffin directs again. This guy's worked on the first two. He also voices the Minions, the squeaky, zany voices. But yeah, I think that the lack of through story for me was but the kids, they loved it, didn't they?
They were laughing.
Kids were laughing. There were plenty of chuckles and giggles along the way.
Not so much for the adults.
No.
Which is usually a good sign. But zany. But as I say, it misses a narrative really.
Yeah. The animation, of course, is excellent, which you expect from this crowd.
And I suppose it was nice to see a CGI rendered London.
Yeah, no, very nicely
Seeing
done as
some of
well.
the things. Yeah, that was good. And see some of the big.
But I mean, again, like, you know, we were talking about the Pixar Inside Out. This was a budget of 74 million. It's already made 760 million. So I'm sure there's going to be another one on its way.
Oh, yeah.
The franchise will run and run, folks.
I mean, I think if you've got a young kid who's got the pencil cases and the backpack bag, they're going to love it.
Yeah, especially with this weather.
Scarlet!
Don't you Scarlet me. I don't want you to take this the wrong way, but I hate you.
This is torture. Guys, cut it out. This is really unprofessional.
Me bellas.
Well, that's it for part 1.
No way.
Coming up in part 2, a quick preview of some of the films coming your way this summer.
Wet summer. Get to the cinema.
See you after the break.
After the break.
Dr. Storm, we gave you 6 years and millions of dollars, and you gave us nothing. What's different now?
Reed Richards. He knows answers to questions we don't even know to ask yet.
Hello and welcome back to part 2 of Arts Alive film, coming from Odeon Liverpool 1.
Well, that was Fantastic Four, just one of the many films coming your way over this summer. What do we think of the Fantastic Four? What are we looking forward to?
Well, just look at the new approach, really. I mean, I was quite like the original one.
Me too.
A bit light on the fight with Doom at the end of the original one. I don't know how this one's going to play. Who have we got in the new one?
Well, we've got Miles Teller, or Whiplash himself. We've got Kate Mara as Invisible Woman and Jamie Bell. Billy Elliot himself as The Thing.
I like to see him dance
Oh,
as The Thing.
Although I don't think he'll be doing much in this.
No.
The visual effects look great. Marvel are back in the game. Were they ever out of the game? Don't think so.
No.
But yeah, this is a darker reboot. Doom is back on villain duties.
I do like him as a villain.
Yeah, absolutely.
He is good.
He's played by
Metalhead.
Toby Cabell. I don't know if you remember from Dawn of the Planet of the Apes. He was fantastic. What can we say? Josh Trank takes directing duties from Chronicle, the found footage superhero movie.
So he's got a good CV there.
So yes, so we're in good hands here. So let's just wait and see how that one plans out.
How long until he's in?
2 minutes. Might be a little less. Some alien life force has sent real-life video games to attack us. Pac-Man's a bad guy?
Okay.
Picture looks a little bit pixelated.
Very good. Yeah. Well, that's pixels for you folks.
We all need them.
Action comedy.
Yeah. Adam Sandler.
Adam Sandler,
Are we a
Kevin
fan?
James, Peter Dinklage. Don't know. I'm not a big Adam Sandler fan as such,
Hmm?
but you know the reviews in America haven't been great on this, but the visual effects look fantastic. Anyway, why don't you have a look at this clip? This is Peter Dinklage and Kevin James in action. See what you think.
In exchange for helping us, I will personally speak to the parole board about reducing your sentence.
Pass.
Pass?
That deal don't work for Eddie Plant. You want the Fire Blaster's help, he has some demands.
Demands?
The bifocal blaster is here, by the way.
I want an island.
You're not getting an island.
Then I want a full pardon. I want to get out of here for good. And after I do, I don't want to pay no taxes, like forever. And I want a stealth attack helicopter, like they fly over the Super Bowl, at my disposal at all times, you know, so I can fly around. If the world's still here, I don't want to deal with traffic no more. And lastly, I want you to set up a romantic rendezvous between me, Serena Williams, and Martha Stewart in the Lincoln bedroom.
Okay, so Chris Columbus, Mr. Harry Potter himself.
Yes.
Directs
Home Alone, did he?
Home Alone and a handful of films in the 80s.
Absolutely.
This is Ghostbusters for a new generation, do we think?
I think it is. I think they're trying to, that's definitely what to push. So if you like that, have a look at this next clip and have a look, for all you retro gamers, at the main baddie in this. You'll recognise it.
All right, losers! Let's hit it!
Pac-Man's faster than I remember.
Pac-Man's always been faster than the Ghost. We're gonna have to outmaneuver. Wonderfro, you and Silver Metal break off. I'll stay with Big Yellow.
Nope. What's up?
Oh, yeah!
So did you know who it was?
Of course, Mr. Pac-Man himself.
Yes.
The story is that aliens intercepted a NASA satellite, including some old gaming footage, and they take it as a declaration of war and a comeback in the guise of.
Yeah, absolutely. So fun and mayhem. Anyone who loves old computer games will see some of their favourites, if not all.
It's Tronish, Wreck-It Rollfish.
Yeah.
Mario
Brothers, Bob Hoskins, the boy.
May I introduce to you the creator of Pac-Man?
Professor Iwatani, what are you doing?
I will talk to him. He's my son. Hello, my sweet little boy. Look how big you've grown.
It's so sweet. He's so sweet.
Somebody annihilate this stupid thing!
Are they still following us?
Yes.
Is there one of them?
Hmm?
Is he looking at us?
Hmm?
Does he have just one hand on the steering wheel?
Mm-hmm.
When you hear something that sounds like a gunshot, drive. Nicely done.
This is the one we're looking forward to.
Absolutely.
It's the reimagining of Man from U.N.C.L.E., the 60s stroke 70s TV series. Robert Vaughn and David McCallum were the intrepid duo, Napoleon Solo and Ilya Kuryakin working for U.N.C.L.E. United Nations.
Did you have the corgi car?
Of course I had
the man with the little gun. You know what I'm talking about. Did you have the badge?
Here we've got Henry Cavill and Arnie Hammer playing Kuryakin and Solo. Directed by
Guy Ritchie.
So
fresh off the back of his Holmes
Sherlock Holmes
success.
Franchise. Of course, the third one is due out.
If I'm right though, this has taken a while to get here, hasn't it?
Yeah, they're still trying to find the story for that one. But excited about it. Lots of action, lots of stunts.
All retro look.
Retro look, great 60s retro look. You've got Alicia Vikander, our old friend.
Well remembered.
Who we've seen from Ex Machina and Testament of Youth.
Cold fish.
Oh yeah.
But beautiful.
But great. And of course Mr. Waverley is played by Hugh Grant himself. So that's a nice touch.
Well, they've knocked his age down a bit, but I get it.
Not as great as the great Leo G. Carroll.
Open Channel D, that's all I'm going to say to you tonight.
Yes,
Open Channel D.
Take a look at this one, folks. As I say, we're quite excited.
It looks good.
Looking forward to it.
Shall we?
Come on! Hold on, cowboy!
For a special agent, you're not having a very special day, are you? Do these belong to you or to me?
Well, that's it for this week, folks. Coming to you from the Odeon Liverpool 1.
Next up is in an adrenaline rush. It's Tom Cruise in
Mission Impossible 5, Rogue Nation. Take a look at this.
I want you to choose your next words very carefully. Where is Hunt?
We've never met before, right?
Follow me.
Benji. Ethan, where are you?
The Syndicate is real. A rogue nation trained to do what we do.
An anti-IMF.
You want to bring down the Syndicate? It's impossible.
Desperate times. Desperate measures.
You have your seatbelt on?
You asking me that now?
Oh my God!